Have you ever wondered if the events unfolding in our world today were predicted long ago? Saint Maria Faustina Kowalska, a humble nun with extraordinary visions, left us with profound warnings and messages that many believe are coming to life right now. Signs of change, turmoil, and awakening. Are these what she saw? In her diary, she spoke of a future filled with both divine mercy and justice. And as we look around, from global crises to moments of profound spiritual searching, her words seem more relevant than ever. Could her prophecies be guiding us to prepare for what's coming? Stay with us, because in this video, we're diving deep into Saint Faustina's prophetic warnings, their connection to today's world, and what they mean for you. You might be surprised at how urgent her message is and why it matters now more than ever. Saint Maria Faustina Kowalska, known as the Apostle of Divine Mercy, was a simple Polish nun whose extraordinary spiritual life continues to inspire millions around the world. Born in 1905, she lived a humble existence, dedicating her days to prayer, service, and deep contemplation. But what made her life truly remarkable were the visions and messages she claimed to receive directly from Jesus Christ. In these revelations, she was entrusted with a mission to remind humanity of God's infinite mercy and to call people to repentance and trust in Him. Her diary, titled Divine Mercy in My Soul, records these profound encounters and has since become a spiritual guide for countless believers. But Saint Faustina's writings were not only about mercy, they also contained warnings. She spoke of a time when humanity would face trials, urging us to prepare spiritually. In one of her entries, she wrote, "Before I come as the just judge, I am coming first as the King of mercy. Let all mankind prepare for the day of justice." Her words were not mere reflections. They were a plea for transformation, a call to return to God. Today, as we witness a world filled with challenges, moral decay, unrest, and a growing sense of uncertainty, many wonder if we are living in the very time she foresaw. So, what exactly did Saint Faustina predict? And how do her warnings align with the events we're experiencing today? Let's uncover the prophecies she shared and their potential implications for our world. Saint Faustina's diary is filled with profound revelations about humanity's future, messages of both hope and caution. One of the most striking themes in her writings is the dual nature of God's presence in the world, His infinite mercy and His inevitable justice. She believed that humanity was being called to repentance, and she warned of the consequences if this call went unanswered. One of her most famous prophecies speaks of a day of mercy that would precede the day of justice. Faustina described this as a final opportunity for humanity to turn back to God. She wrote, "Before the day of justice, there will be a sign in the heavens. All light in the heavens will be extinguished, and there will be great darkness over the earth." This imagery, both haunting and vivid, has captured the attention of many who see parallels in the global events we face today. Faustina also warned of moral decay and spiritual apathy, describing how humanity's disconnect from God would lead to suffering. In her diary, she wrote, "Mankind will not have peace until it turns with trust to my mercy." This warning feels eerily relevant in a time when crises, be they environmental, social, or moral, seem to dominate the headlines. But her messages were not just about judgment. They were also filled with hope. She described the power of God's mercy as limitless and urged everyone to trust in it. One of her most repeated themes was the need for prayer and repentance as a way to bring about change. Pray as much as you can for the dying. By your entreaties, obtain for them trust in my mercy, because they have most need of trust and have it the least. Looking at the world today, many see signs that align with Faustina's warnings. Natural disasters, wars, and a widespread sense of spiritual emptiness leave people searching for meaning. Could these events be the trials she referred to? Or are they simply a reflection of humanity's choices? Her prophecies are not just about what may come, but about what we are called to do now. They urge us to reflect, to act, and to seek God's mercy while it is still available. As we move forward, let's delve deeper into how these warnings might relate to our present times and the lessons we could draw from them. Saint Faustina's prophecies have sparked countless interpretations over the years. Some view her warnings as symbolic, a call to personal spiritual renewal, and a reminder of God's constant presence. Others interpret her visions as literal predictions, closely linked to global events unfolding in our time. Whichever perspective you take, it's impossible to ignore how her messages resonate with today's challenges. One interpretation centers around the idea of a spiritual awakening. According to this view, Faustina's prophecies signal a turning point where humanity is invited to reconnect with faith and rediscover God's mercy. The Day of Mercy she describes is seen as a moment of grace, where people are given the chance to transform their lives before the day of justice arrives. On the other hand, some see her warnings as foreshadowing actual global events. Her mention of great darkness and a sign in the heavens has led to speculation about catastrophic occurrences, such as natural disasters, wars, or even celestial phenomena. In a world grappling with climate change, geopolitical conflicts, and increasing uncertainty, these interpretations feel chillingly relevant. Take, for instance, the moral decay and spiritual apathy she wrote about. Today, we see a world often consumed by materialism, division, and a lack of empathy. Many believe that these trends align closely with Faustina's warnings about humanity drifting away from God. Her message seems to suggest that these societal issues are not just earthly problems, they're spiritual ones, requiring a spiritual solution. But there's also a hopeful perspective. Her writings emphasize that even in the darkest moments, God's mercy is boundless. Faustina's words remind us that no matter how dire the situation appears, redemption is always within reach. The greater the sinner, the greater the right he has to my mercy, she recorded from her visions of Jesus. In the context of today's events, her prophecies serve as both a warning and a call to action. They urge us to reflect on our choices, prioritize spiritual growth, and live lives centered on compassion and faith. Whether you interpret her words as symbolic or literal, one thing is clear: they are an invitation to transform, not just individually, but as a global community. So, where do we go from here? How can we apply the wisdom of Saint Faustina's warnings to our daily lives? Saint Faustina's warnings were not meant to create fear, but to inspire transformation. Her messages invite us to take concrete steps towards spiritual renewal and embrace the mercy of God, which she believed was the ultimate antidote to the challenges humanity faces. So how can we apply her teachings in our daily lives? The first step is through prayer. Saint Faustina emphasized the power of the Divine Mercy Chaplet, a prayer she said was revealed to her directly by Jesus. This simple yet profound devotion is a lifeline for those seeking forgiveness, peace, and divine intervention. Praying it daily, especially at 3 p.m., known as the Hour of Mercy, can serve as a powerful reminder to reconnect with God and reflect on His infinite love. Another key practice is repentance and reconciliation. Faustina repeatedly stressed the importance of confession as a way to cleanse the soul and prepare for God's mercy. By acknowledging our faults and seeking forgiveness, we not only heal ourselves but also open the door for spiritual growth. Living a life of compassion and service is another crucial aspect of her message. Faustina taught that acts of mercy, helping those in need, showing kindness, and forgiving others are tangible ways to live out our faith. In her diary, she wrote, "Help me, O Lord, that my eyes may be merciful, so that I may never suspect or judge others, but always look for what is beautiful in my neighbor's soul." Finally, St. Faustina's warnings encourage us to trust in God's plan. In times of uncertainty, fear can take hold, but her message is clear: God's mercy is greater than any trial we face. By surrendering our worries to Him, we find strength and peace even in the most challenging circumstances. As we reach the end of this journey, one thing becomes clear: Saint Maria Faustina Kowalska's prophecies are not just distant warnings. They are a call to action, a plea for transformation, and an invitation to embrace the boundless mercy of God. Her words challenge us to reflect on the state of our world and our own lives, urging us to prioritize faith, compassion, and spiritual growth. But this isn't just about looking outward. It's about looking inward and asking ourselves, am I living in alignment with God's mercy? Am I prepared to face the trials of this world with faith and trust? These questions are at the heart of her message, reminding us that the power to change begins within each of us. Even in times of darkness, her writings remind us of hope. "The soul that trusts in my mercy is most fortunate, because I myself take care of it," she recorded in her diary. This is the promise that Saint Faustina offers, a reassurance that no matter how chaotic the world may seem, God's love and mercy are always greater. So, what will you do with this message? Will you embrace her teachings and take steps toward a deeper spiritual connection? Will you share this light with others who may need it? We encourage you to take this opportunity to reflect on her words and begin your own journey of prayer and trust in divine mercy. If this message has touched your heart, don't let it stop here. Share it with someone who needs hope or encouragement, and be part of the change that Saint Faustina envisioned. Thank you for watching, and remember, trust in God's mercy, pray with intention, and live with compassion. The transformation starts with you.